On the face of it, the streets of the West Bank are largely peaceful, but seething just below the surface anxiety and anger, and a debate about who really champions the Palestinian cause. Demonstrations against Israel's war are held on a daily basis, but most are sparsely attended. The West Bank is largely a Fatah-controlled area, and many appear reluctant to publicly support its fierce political rival Hamas, or to be seen to be doing so. Underlying the demonstrations in the West Bank, a plea for national unity. They're not necessarily in support of Hamas as a political organization, rather in support of a movement that is seen as spearheading the resistance against occupation. This mantle worn for decades by the PLO, and in recent years by one of its offshoots, the Palestinian Authority, or PA, in which Fatah is dominant.
Hamas is responding to Israel using its own language, while increasingly the PLO and the PA and so on are seen as speaking a different language and therefore becoming marginalized and irrelevant.
In recent weeks, the PA security force has closely marshalled and in some cases disrupted the demonstrations. The official stance that it has a duty to maintain public order. But human rights workers describe this as a major blow to freedom of expression, contending that some Fatah members of the PA are intent on combating what they see as a threatening swelling of support for Hamas.
I think the way the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank is behaving now, it's actually separating the West Bank from the Gaza Strip and dealing with the situation as if Gaza is somewhere else, and it doesn't really matter for the Palestinian Authority.
Zakaria Mohammed is a poet, activist and observer of the society. He believes a fundamental shift in political reality is underway.
Every day I'm seeing people saying that PLO is not now anything. It stopped to be a real thing, and it stopped to be our representative.
But this Fatah loyalist believes Hamas is filling that role, much as Fatah did in the past.
This is not a war against Hamas. In the past, when Israel attacked us, they used to claim their war was against terrorist organizations, Fatah and the PFLP. But in reality, they were fighting the Palestinian people.
And as the war rages in Gaza, widespread talks between members of Fatah and Hamas in the West Bank, the aim not just to heal the rift between political factions, but also to forge a common policy that does not see either armed resistance or negotiation as ends in themselves.
Resistance should be a national decision, and the negotiation should be a national decision. One side should not negotiate by itself. The other organisation should not choose armed resistance by itself, because it's not convinced about negotiations.
And rising out of the smouldering embers of Gaza, a debate and a dialogue about a new political direction, one in which the different factions recognise their common cause and share a common Palestinian voice. Hanna, Al Jazeera, in the West Bank.